Right, guys, so today we're going to be playing Real Flight Simulator. So, the reason that I'm playing this game actually is because I own this particular RC playing slash glider in real life. So, I need to learn how to get good at it basically. I've taken this out in real life a couple of times. So, the first time my brother flew it, he actually did pretty well, to be honest, because it was really high winds, but he did take the wingtip off, not a problem. And then when I flew it, because I'd been playing on the easy mode on this rather than the more advanced mode, so that's easy. Um, that's more advanced, so that's easier. That's more advanced. So the reason I ended up crashing it was because I thought it was going to be like the easy mode for some reason. Rookie mistake. And I actually ended up nosediving it because I was confused as to why it wasn't flying how I wanted. So now I have the settings where it shows, how to fly and how to fly as it would in real life. So, gonna just give that a go now. I think we're gonna turn the wind off. So let's just put this wind down. Don't worry about that one. Right, and now we're ready to fly, guys. Let's go. So we're just gonna try to gently float along. So when we're landing here, we're landing into the wind. Unfortunately, I don't completely know how to use rudder yet to land. So that landing uh, was okay-ish, but not ideal. So we're gonna go again, and we can do tricks as well, guys. Although, you know, you should crawl before you learn to walk. So that's exactly what I need to do. Right, so we're gonna just try and bring this in for a landing again, guys. Right, we're going a bit fast. We need to kill the speed of it. So we're gonna do that by flying into the wind. We're actually gonna send this back around. So gentle, gentle, gentle. Here we go. So let's just come in for a nice gentle landing. That's a good landing. So I do need to learn how to use the rudder for landing. So I may need to watch a video on that. If there is one available, there's not many resources for this hobby, unfortunately. So, but if you want to know what the software is, guys, it's called Real Flight Simulator. You can try for yourself, even if you don't have a glider. If you're interested in getting into gliders, however, there is that option out there. This I think this is really going to help me learn how to fly in real life. So, right, so what we're going to do, we're going to just send it back out a little bit. Try not to crash it. And if you have any tips in the comments, please tell me so I can better understand how you use these gliders. Get good landings and things like that. So we're gonna flick the motor off. And we're gonna attempt to use some rudder to land into the wind like that. That's a good landing because it's slightly. I notice that it's slightly dragging my plane to the left. So if I land into it by doing a bit of right rudder, and it makes it so it lands into the wind. So let's throw again. Hand isn't on properly. So let's bring this back round. So all I'm really doing here, guys, is just practicing the landings because that is the key part about flying these gliders because they're quite fragile. So getting a good landing is really important. So if I just glide this nice and gently in, let's turn the motor off. So you see, that was an okay landing. It probably could have been a bit more gentle, but it was okay. Right, so we're gonna throw again. And we're just gonna take a big right here. Let's just fly down. Let's just fly with the wind at our backs. Then we're gonna turn in. And we're gonna get it towards us again. And we're just gonna try to gently bring this plane down. So we're gonna turn the motor off. I have to turn it off real gently. I don't want to blast you guys' ears, and I've messed up the landing because of it. So let's go here. I mean, uh, my dad recently got a discus launch glider, so did my brother. So basically, instead of using a motor, it has a little kind of notch on the end that you hold, and then you throw it up like a discus. Goes really high in the air, so you don't have to deal with the motors. Um, right, so we've turned that off. That's a good landing. So I use the rudder to help my descent there, although I need to probably learn a little bit more about the rudder and how you would use it on a descent. So why is the wind 1 mile per hour? It should be higher than that. Anyway, um, let me turn this back around. What the see guys like the same I'm messing it up because I'm thinking too much of turning my motor off. I need to make sure that I do it like when I know I'm going to land. So like here for example. So my motor is off. So we really need to slow this down. Let's take that away from that. Yeah, that seems like a really nice landing. It weren't the best. It could be a lot better. Fly out again. Right, so let's turn around and try and bring this thing in for landing. And guys, let me know if you like this type of content. Um, I will just turn my channel into a gaming channel that isn't completely Borderlands focused. No, I absolutely love Borderlands, but I've been playing a modded version called 5 Feet Lifelines, and yeah, I've been having so much fun. It's a lot better than vanilla, except for one boss called Piston. That was actually an okay landing. Um, but again, could be a lot better. So yeah, there's a boss called Piston who regens health and it's like that. So I think I just heard a noise. I'll go and check that out in a minute. So let me just. Let's just make this as smooth as we can. That's a really good landing. That's probably the best one I've done. Let's test. Don't worry about that, guys. Let me just test it at 5 miles per hour. So Let's throw that up there. So we've really got a backwind now. You know, this is kind of a typical day we would like to go and fly. Obviously, the less wind, the better. It makes the glider less unruly. So let's turn down a bit. Let's do a full rotation left. And let's bring this flat. So just going to make this as gentle as possible. So I'm still attempting to use the rudder to land. Just need to make sure that we aren't getting bullied by the wind. It's fine if it lands over there as long as it lands gently. So ideally you would want the... Right, that sounded gentle. I can hear it in my earphones. So ideally you do want the glider to land near you, but we're not at that level yet. You know, as I said, you've got to walk. You've got to crawl before you walk. So we're just focused on getting gentle landings at the moment. So let's try. We can try to land it in front of us. So let's just come all the way around. Let's get it a bit closer to us. So that's terrible because I'm trying to use the rudder. I really want to learn how you use it. So it's all practice anyway, guys. It's best to practice this stuff now while I can. You know, and I don't actually have the glider with me because I don't want to mess it up. You know, as you know, it's quite an expensive piece of kit. That's an okay landing, still a little bit rough. But anyway, guys, I'll go for one more flight here, and we'll just see. We'll see if we get a good run. We'll do some tricks considering it's the last run. Right, so nice little turn down there. Let's send that back up with the motor and then bring it round for a landing. Just glide it nicely. We'll bring it in now. Really had to concentrate on that last bit. So I'm not using rudder on this landing, which is more what I'm used to, not using the rudder. Oh, that's coming right to me. Need to... Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you do know things about gliders and how to fly them and what tips you could give me, please leave them down in the comments below. And I really appreciate you guys who are watching my videos and commenting. And yeah, if you want more things like this from this channel, please like and subscribe, guys. Peace out.